Okay, there it is. There it is. Hello, welcome to Truth Runs Deep
Hello,
podcast. I'm Terryn,
I'm Kalli.
and we're here to talk about all things. What is happening? Law and Order,
Your
SVU.
audio is syncing up
At
to
some point,
you talking.
this is why technology is stupid. Um, oh, we
As
didn't
she
start
said,
yet. Did we
we talk about
start?
all
I
things
don't know.
law and order, SVU, and when it starts again, organized crime, which we don't know when that will be still.
Fanfic writing and fanfic
More
writing more. Yeah. Uh,
works.
uh, I don't know. It's not anymore. Like, what did I have? I wrote something. Where did that go? um, I can't think. There's not like there is show news, but it's not for like this like coming up episode. So we might just save that for when I just put it here so I can remember when it would. Um, is this the right? Yes. Okay. So I think we're good. So
I guess we could start with the fact that like before the premiere started, they Kelly came out with an interview about like what she thinks of Rollins' new job and whatnot.
oh yeah,
And she
I think I
says that
have that
Rollins
maybe.
likes it. She says that Rollins likes it, and she likes that she gets to travel. Also, Rollins is now a sergeant. Promotion!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
And so apparently
And
they've
she's like,
changed
oh,
the
I'm going to.
episode order.
Yeah, it's weird. We
So
don't know why. But
there's some kind of way that so it's not 5 now it's 4. So it's a week ahead of when they switched the two that were supposed to
it
happen at
was
that time. So
supposed to.
we get it a week
It
ahead.
was supposed to. It was supposed to air on Roll's birthday, and the two of us took
Yeah, and then
that
they
as a
switched.
sign, like, come on, give it.
Yeah, and then
No.
they switched. Yeah, then they switched it. So
And they
some
changed
for some reason they have switched it. So for you also this is a you guys you can listen to where we'll sing that Christmas song. What was it
Christmas
called?
on in
Um
October.
yes, but you can listen to it now as of today. It is he sings It's Gotta Be Christmas. You can listen to it on YouTube now. So
It's
go listen to
got
it. I
like
listen to it at like 1 a.m. It's really good. I mean it's always
it's
good
got
because he always sings fantastically.
well, yes, it has the feel of like a one of those classic Christmas songs, with a little bit of a jazz touch,
Yeah,
but
it's really
also
good. I listen to it at
cool.
like 1 a.m. So yeah, so go listen to it. It's real good. That was the casting I thought of this, but don't like the lighting.
Okay,
So
yeah.
figure it out.
Anyway, Kelly's article. She said that Rollins gets a new badge, and she's excited about that and the promotion and everything. So, and then there was one part of the interview that made me sad because she's like, "Oh, they're just throwing Rollins in here and there. We don't want the viewers to get sick of Rollins,
We're like,
ma'am.
no, we're not.
No, ma'am. We didn't want you gone in the first place. We want you back consistently."
We do. Well,
I'm
she was
sorry.
filming last night apparently. So
Legit.
so she's already filming her next. She was filming
Yeah.
last night. Well, as of last night, as in the night before the Tuesday. We recorded that we
Right.
did this on the day it's supposed to go. So yeah, but the day before the day it comes out last night. So last night literally.
I love you
So
so
that'll be
much. We want
so
you
like
back all the time,
we
but this will
do.
be fun.
We,
And
this will
so,
be something different. We'll see. We're
she's
excited about it.
working with like intelligence,
Yeah, and that'll be cool.
and she
They
has
got
a
some
new
cool cases. But I think we'll talk more
we
about
get
that when
a
it
new
gets closer
person
to the dates.
and a new
So
partner, which will be
yeah,
fun.
we don't have
Um,
a name yet. I don't think. I
I
don't know if he has a
think
name
his
yet.
name is Vince.
Oh yeah, he
His
does.
name,
He does have
first
a
name
name.
is
Yeah,
Vince. I can't
yeah,
remember the
you're right.
last name.
It's the TV guide. A couple when they changed the date of it. It was before in the TV guide article went out before they changed the date. So
And she said, Kelly said that I don't know the actor's name yet. I don't remember, but she said that he
it's in
and
the
her
article. John Clarence Stewart.
Thank you. She said that her and John had really good chemistry and they worked really well together, and it was cool for Kelly and Amanda to get a new partner. But she's also still working with the SVU squad, so
yes. And
because
at the end, they ask her, like,
because
would you like to see
Mariska
a
did it
spinoff?
for us. Mariska did it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Somebody,
So
yeah, it was asked, like, would you want to,
spinoff?
was there a spinoff? And she's like, do you want it to be? We were like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it would
Oh,
be my top tier.
somebody posted a picture of Peter filming last night, and he's holding a bouquet of sunflowers. And I'm telling you right now, it's got to be him picking up Amanda from the airport. I'm telling you, it has to be. Please.
Something. Literally, please. We'll see,
I
though. We
literally,
got some.
girl, Lucy hasn't made me this happy in a long time, so I'm very glad we get it back. Because I need it.
Like, it's been a hot minute. I haven't thought about it. I mean, we write it all the time, but we haven't, like, seen it, so.
Yeah, we write it constantly, but we need it canonically to get us through. So, okay. There's that. Ron's new partner. Juliana did an entire interview and basically confirmed that she's one of us.
Yeah.
And is a huge Mariska fan.
Juliana's really cool.
And will literally go.
We'll talk about the character when we get to SVU, but
yes. And she would literally go home and put on Olivia Benson shirts after working with Mariska all day.
She's
we love that.
SVU number one fan over there. Number one fan over there. So
she said, like, her first day she was so nervous, and Mariska's like, come over here, and she like hugged her, and she was like starstruck. Fair enough. So we love that the new girl, one of us. I think that's it. Do we want to just dive into Law and Order?
Yeah. So they're the 24-1, which I like this episode. People said it was boring, but I don't really care about your opinion. I like this one. It's really called Catch and Kill.
It was really good. So it starts with the DA Baxter, and he's on this conservative talk show for whatever reason. Because he said that
he says the DA's office is bipartisan, so that's why he does it. But
I don't think he wants it anyway. We have some canon-ish reasons.
Yep.
But we find out that yes, he did win the election from last season, so he will still get to be the DA. We don't know what's happening with his wife, but we know he won the election.
I mean, he's still married. He has his ring on, so we know they are still married. So.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't see that.
I forgot to write it down, but I did notice that. So.
Yeah, so we basically appeared on a conservative TV show, said the DA's office was bipartisan, and went and basically is like the most important thing for the DA's office is justice and doing it the right way.
Yep.
And then we transitioned to the crime of the episode, and it got bad.
You've got some lag. You've got some lag there. Refresh the page because you got some lag.
Hold up.
I don't know why you got a little laggy. It's like it's mostly static. I was like, I don't really know what to hear what you're saying. I was like, refresh the page or something. So I'm gonna fix it. Not sponsored by, but if good old Tangle would like to sponsor us, you should. Hold on.
I'm back. Am I working now?
Okay, turn your. Maybe, I don't know. It's a little something. I don't know what's happening. But anyway,
Let me check. Change your
your connection's a little laggy.
Okay. What's the last thing you heard me say?
We're about to transition to the crime.
Oh yes. So we literally see this young woman getting chased around her apartment.
Well, it's not
Trying to.
you think it's an apartment at first, but it's not an apartment. It's a mansion.
It's not. We'll get there. Literally trying to hold the door closed with her back. It's not working.
Someone's chasing
She
her.
gets attacked and forcefully choked, and she died. She is now unfortunately dead. And so, what's the actor's name? Riley and Shaw arrive at the scene, and it's bad. Like, she's young. Like, the damage is bad.
It's very graphic, so we can't really.
Yeah, we're not gonna delve into it. It's bad.
But it's pretty graphic. You can watch the episode if you want to see it, but YouTube will be mad at us if you're too graphic. So.
And then all of a sudden, this woman shows up, and I forget what she says, but I remember that Shaw is like, "Ma'am, this is an active crime. You can't be here."
And she's like,
pulls out her bag.
I'm your new lieutenant. I'm your new lieutenant.
And they're like, what? They had no idea they were getting a new lieutenant.
They didn't know either. So, they wrote it into the show as if they didn't know, and it's like,
it's just fun because they were
two writers, but
which is actually fun because it's like they're knowing at the same time we are. Wait, what?
Anyway. We knew a couple months ago because we said it this. But anyway,
we get the introduction of Moritini's character, Jessica Brady, Lieutenant Jessica Brady.
Like, do you know what happened to Dixon?
Literally, Riley's like, do you know what happened to Dixon?
He's like,
I don't know. She's like, what? She's like, no, I literally don't know.
They just told me to be here. It's like, they just told me to be here, you know? Like,
so I'm here. So, yeah. We found out that the girl's name is Macy Harper. And the case is personal because she was a prosecutor for the Brooklyn DA's office.
Yeah, they found a file on her account, and they're like,
yeah,
she worked in the DA's office. And I'm like, oh.
Shoot. Then we find out that her fiance is wealthy because then they show us the entire mansion.
Yeah.
Also, they said that her fiance's like
he's
father clothing line or something.
He's a Nepo baby, but
and they talked to him and he's devastated, and they unfortunately can't find anything because they said that the security cameras are turned off.
But you would think if you were wealthy, you could get those cameras fixed like tomorrow.
Yeah, they were turned off.
So that was already kind of sus from the beginning.
Hold on to that later.
Hold on, it was pretty sus from the beginning. He's like, "Oh, the cameras are broken."
Yeah. The guy says that he thinks the suspect might be Hispanic, so they go down to like a local bodega.
Yeah.
And the store owner's like, yeah, they're all stealing my stuff. There's been a hotel that's been turned into an immigrant shelter. And he's like, yeah, they're always coming here and stealing my stuff. They go down to the shelter.
They go over to the shelter.
Riley's trying to call Dixon, and she's not answering.
Yeah,
so they're both like,
where are you? Like,
that was one point where I was like, oh my god, please, no, please let her be okay.
Please, let her be fine. Exactly. We'll get there.
Then we get the first chase scene.
Of course, because there's always one.
There always is one. That's their MO.
Literally. Literally.
The guy, first he doesn't speak English, but then he starts speaking English, and then Shaw's like, oh, so you do habla inglés.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had nothing to do with it.
Hmm. Here's nothing.
So no, it was like pretty much like a red herring. It had nothing. So they go back to the precinct, and Brady is talking to Riley because we know that the reason why Riley was brought to the precinct is because that Dixon and Riley were close beforehand. So she's basically like, look, I know you were close with Dixon, and the thing is, I don't need you to like me. I need you to listen to me.
Right,
And he's
well,
like,
she's very serious. She's very serious about this job. Like this is it.
and then Sam walks in, and she's wearing this pretty crimson pantsuit. It was so pretty. Like,
The
please
wardrobe,
give her more
is
colors. Like, give her more colors like that.
the wardrobe.
Um, and we find out that she did kind of know Macy because they were both rising up in the DA's office together.
Yeah.
And they both worked in Brooklyn. Yes. I forget what this line was, but it was like, gotta love it. Riley at one point was like, gotta love America.
They were going on, or they're looking at they were looking at the, so they were like looking into Macy, and they saw like these reviews, and these reviews were like a bunch of like conservatives and like judging her. They said some really nasty things about her and stuff.
And Riley's like, man,
They said
gotta love America.
She was too liberal, because she was too liberal, but the big but, she is prosecuting a senator.
Hi, if you're a senator, don't do bad stuff.
That's a crime.
It is. Then there was a new suspect that was brought in because he was protesting at Harper's home because he had not her views, and Brady interviewed him, and she's really pretty good at interrogating. She was able to find his tells of how he was lying pretty quickly. But then she like walks out, and she's like, "Yeah, he didn't do it.
It's mine."
No, what? How do you know that?
You didn't do it.
And she explains all the tells. And then Shaw's like, "Remind me never to go to a casino with you." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't gamble. That's a story for another time, but I am good at body language."
Go well.
Then they go talk to I think the fiance's like best friend who like knew Harper. And they mentioned that they were looking into a rapper conspiracy sex trafficker. To which we both said, "Man, they did that fast."
They went on. They talked about P Diddy. They jumped on the P Diddy storyline fast.
Literally,
first
like
one. I felt like it was gonna be a SVU was gonna jump on it first, but then they haven't yet. They could be doing it. We just don't know about episodes.
It makes me wonder, like, did they have to add it after they already filmed it? Because I'm pretty sure they must have filmed it.
I mean, this has been known a long time. It was just that, like, the P Diddy case was known for years. It was just that, like, he was actually arrested. Is what became big. People knew about it. They already knew about it. They just didn't have anything to like prove it. And it's an ongoing case.
Well, yes,
I don't have
they
prominent
literally jumped
information
on that
P Diddy, so.
super fast.
It probably won't be the last time, but we'll see.
And so the best friend, his name is Lane, before I forget, he like mentions that Macy was on a trip, a lawyer convention thing
In DC, a lawyer convention in DC.
And was staying at a hotel. So Shaw and Riley went to go to the hotel. And
they're like, she's never been here.
Yeah, they're like, she's never been here. And they're like, are you sure? Showed them a picture. Nope. This is the address she gave us. they do another address, and
It's a
the
battered
hotel
woman shelter.
over that way, and they find the new location, and they're like, "Oh, can we come inside?" And the woman is like, "No,
No.
I can't let you, because we find out that it's a battered woman shelter."
You're like,
Dang.
oh, this changes the story rather
It just
quickly.
got worse. So after they leave the shelter, then we finally find out what happens to Dixon. Riley gets a text that says Dixon is in Miami because her son Patrick found a really good job at a new school for so we know, because we know her son is deaf, so it must be another like deaf school.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like,
And it's like, okay. And she didn't she's like, sorry for the Irish goodbyes, but she didn't want to make a big deal out of it. And it's like, okay,
okay.
good.
It's okay. Like,
That
all right, you're
actually
good.
is good. Accept
You're
that,
safe and
and it
healthy.
makes it legit. She's not dead, so we're good.
Like, you're safe and healthy. That's all that really matters. So it's okay.
And at first, like, it took me a
Safe and
second to be like,
healthy.
why did she follow her kid? But then I remembered she kind of sometimes acts as his interpreter.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, like, as far as we're aware, that was like the only family she had, so fair enough. Either way, they're
Yeah.
happy, and all
You're
is
like,
good.
well, she's good. We're all good.
Yeah, so Macy was staying at a battered woman's shelter. We find out that the fiance was not telling the entire truth, and that he's got anger issues, and that we know he attacked her because he had heard his
She had
DNA was
his
under her
DNA under her nails when the autopsy was
when
done.
she was fighting the attacker at the beginning.
Yeah, and they're like,
Ooh.
It's all
Yeah, we
pointing
find
in a
out
certain
that it was
direction.
worse, and the fiance was abusing Macy, and she wanted to leave him, and the fiance wasn't having any of it. And then we find out that it got worse because the best friend was hiding stuff. So Sam and Nolan go to talk to him.
Yeah, there's videos of the abuse.
Yeah, there's
And the
literally
friend was
it's bad. It is very bad. We'll get into why it's very bad later. But anyway, they go talk to their friend, and they're like, you lied to the police. You didn't tell us anything.
You can tell the truth here.
And it's like, no, you have to tell the truth. And Sam's like, no, you told the police what you wanted them to believe. And then he completely ignores Sam, looks right at Nolan, and says, your girl's got a bad attitude. Nolan whipped around so fast. He's like, excuse me?
You know, we're like, excuse me?
Yay! Yay, defend her. But also, what the hell? But I love that Nolan didn't even bat an eyelash. He's
exactly.
like,
Why would you just say that? This is like,
what did you just say to her?
that's a very much a like, this is a side topic. Off the side topic, we have another YouTube channel where we made a video about the Reddit Are the Streets Okay? It's gonna come out soon, probably next. I once I finish editing it, but it's really really funny because that's something that kind of moment would be in Are the Streets Okay? Because
But I love that
go watch
Nolan
the
did
video when it
not
comes out.
bat.
Anyway, that's how to
He's
plug
like,
that.
oh, you're not saying that. And he says that Lane says, oh, I'm sorry, that came out wrong. Sam goes, no, that came out exactly how you wanted it, exactly how you meant it. Mic drop. Like, oh, we got things going on. They basically were like, they want to know why the friend was defending him. Well, that's when they find out there's more video footage because they get a subpoena. for his
There's a lot of it.
and he's
Yeah.
like the Shaw and Riley show up with the subpoena, and he's like, "Oh, you can't take my stuff," and he's like, Riley's like, "The list says we can." So, and they bring back the
It says
video
it can.
for the DA's office to look at, and it's bad. It is very bad.
Right.
Literally closed
Yeah, it's
fist
very.
beating.
Yeah. Yeah. 7
Thrown
times.
against
There's
the
like
wall.
7. There's.
It's bad, and it literally happened 7 times.
Yeah, it's on video. They're like.
And the friend bought the videos to keep it out of the press for $100,000.
Like, that's great.
Men,
100,000.
let me rephrase that. Certain men suck. The video is so bad, Sam can't watch it. She starts getting all choked up, and she has to leave the room. And
She
Daxter's
walks
like,
out the room. Is she okay?
"She
No one's
good?"
like,
No one's like hesitant,
no
and
one's
he's
like,
like, this case is rough. It's hard for her. Yeah. No, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't want to say it. Well, then they go to start the beginning of the trial, and Nolan's opening argument is really good. Oh, wait, no, I don't think they did that yet.
No, you're
anyway.
not that far yet. They're like, this video is the video is
judge,
the videos are they go to see the judge about this.
And they're like, they're more prejudicial than probative. And Nolan's like, no, it literally shows his pattern of behavior.
That he was.
And while the videos are in, and Sam, I mean, rightfully so, literally gets this big smirk on her face because she knows if the jury sees these videos, it's over.
It's done. You're
She
done.
literally stands up, looks down at him, and goes, "It's over."
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
But
not.
They
Next,
get a
we
call
see
because
him,
he has
his
chosen to
shit.
self-exit. He
He's
has chosen to
self-exit. Self-exit
Yes.
courtesy of a chandelier.
Yeah. You're like, whoa. Well. So then they talk to Macy's sister.
Sam talks to Macy's sister, and she's like, "Okay, now what?" And Sam's like, "Unfortunately,
He's nothing. He's dead."
it." And she's getting like, the sister's getting so upset, and Sam tries to be like, "I understand," and she's like, "No, you don't." But the truth of the matter is, Sam does understand.
Her sister was.
She doesn't. She lost her sister.
She does literally
in a very similar way. But she tries to reassure the sister that he got what he deserved, and the sister's like, "No,
that's not enough.
Not even close." Then Sam walks into to talk to Nolan Baxter, and she's like, "We have more to do," and she wants to go after the friend. To like, what? She's like, "No, hear me out. He knew about the abuse. He was covering up all the videos. He knew the abuse, and the abuse led to Macy's death." And then we get the kicker that they went to talk to the driver that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Baxter isn't sure they should do this, and Sam's like, "We should do it."
No, we're doing it. No, sorry, sir, but we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. And so earlier in the episode, they were like, "Oh, Lane and the fiance were at dinner together, and they were there the whole night until they got home and Macy was dead." Wrong. They had a driver who brought them back to their house, and he said that he's heard the fiance say, "I swear I'm going to kill this bitch."
Well, he saw one
because he found out that Macy was at the
Yeah, there was like because
found
the
shelter stuff.
because there was like he saw the two guys. One of them went
I
behind the back, and one of
get
them
it.
was at the front door. And he's like, "That's a little weird."
Because the fiance knew if Macy saw him, she wasn't going to open the door.
So basically, they had to like set it up.
But they had
Mhm.
the best friend stand at the door. Macy opened the door. The fiance fought his way in,
Mhm.
and then the best friend disconnected the security cameras. If that's not evil, I don't know what
Yeah.
is. So this is when Christ does his really awesome intro argument. It's basically like, yeah, this guy is as guilty as her fiance is of killing her. Which is true. It's very true.
Yep.
But unfortunately, life sucks, and we can't get a happy ending in this episode for whatever reason.
No.
They go to get the driver to testify, and literally as they're about to get the driver, this random car shows up.
The defense attorney wrote, the defense attorney gets like, you can't talk to him.
I mean, yeah, you can't talk to my client
like,
without a lawyer. And they're like,
no, what?
we didn't know he had a lawyer.
What?
And it's like, he does now.
Exactly. It's like, what?
And then the lawyer's like, oh, he didn't actually hear what he said. And so now that he has a lawyer,
like,
they literally can't talk to him. That's literally their smoking gun. The drive, without the driver, they could still claim they were at the restaurant until they were at the restaurant and didn't come back until she was already dead. It's probably, at the point where they pay because they rich, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they don't make that clear. But it's alluded to that some shady business.
Yeah, they just know that all of a sudden the guy has a lawyer. They can't talk to him. We don't know.
There's some shady business.
Money probably is because that's what men like him do. But unfortunately, that's pretty much it because they're all discussing. And
so they got
that's just like, unfortunately, now they have nothing because the driver is literally the one who would say everything they were saying, and now he's saying it didn't happen. So, unfortunately, we have to dismiss the charges. And I was like, no. And Sam was not happy in the slightest. She's like, no, there's got to be something else we can do. We got to talk to him again. Anything.
You're like, no, we can't.
No, you can't. And she just storms out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And Baxter again is like, okay,
what is going on? What is up with her?
What's up? And Nolan again hesitant to share her personal information, but eventually says her sister was beaten to death 12 years ago in a very similar way to Macy Harper.
Yeah.
So it's personal for her. And Baxter's like, it kind of hits him as, oh, now I get it. Then it transitions to, we see a picture of Sam and her sister Christina on her desk, and it's cute. And Nolan goes to check on her. But he sees a little note on her desk that says, going to talk to the driver.
With the address, and she's like, where? Oh,
I was like, oh god, no. He literally is trying to call her. He's texting her.
Sam, don't do this. Don't do this.
He's in a taxi trying to go get her. He's like, Sam, just answer the phone.
Don't do this.
Please. Don't do this.
Don't do this.
And
he
literally
gets
to the point where Nolan finally finds her. He's like, okay, get out here. And he quite literally walks into the street to get her. And I will say, Sam was not being selfish. She was like, nope, no one, go home.
Because
You don't need to be a part of this. Do this. Because she didn't want him to get in trouble. And Nolan's like, Sam, you can't do this. We can't talk to him. If you talk to him, you will get disbarred.
He's like, you could be disbarred.
And she's like, I don't care. At this point, Sam is
you can't do this.
Props to Odelia because her voice was getting so raw. You could feel the emotion.
But you literally will get disbarred. Don't.
It's like, I don't care.
Yeah,
and she's like, I am so
don't
tired.
Do this. You will get disbarred.
Like, basically said something along the lines of, I am so tired of rich bastards getting away with this just because they're rich. Which, fair enough. The reason why this guy is going to get off scot-free and probably go do more crazy ass shit is money. And I get it. I'm tired of... Oh, I forgot to mention. Then Nolan also mentioned the reason why this is also personal is that the police never made an arrest with her sister's case either. So now the sister's killer got off scot-free, and this sister's killer got off scot-free, and Sam, like, pretty much kind of promised his sister that wouldn't happen. But so she's like, I'm so tired of rich bastards getting away with this because they can. And Nolan's trying to calm her down, and they're literally in the middle of the street, and all of a sudden, all of it, Sam just breaks down, crying, and Nolan wraps her in a hug, to which I put, we get a hug, but it would cost! Why? And unfortunately, that's the end of the episode. We don't know what happened to the guy. We just literally end with a Nolan hug in the street.
They didn't update the website to have that picture there. Is it? And there you go.
To which I say,
yep.
You can't tell me that's not like more than colleagues things. The guy literally chased her across town to go save her. And is hugging her in the middle of the street. Come on, NBC. It's right there.
In the middle of the street. Went through the New York traffic.
Last cars did not care. His only worry was Sam.
Literally.
Odelia then did an interview afterwards that said, yeah, if Sam did this, she probably would have regretted it because she would have been disbarred. Which I say, yes, I agree. But, there's also the point of, if it worked, I think the regret would have been a little less. But, unfortunately, it's it. And I do think this is going...
Yeah, but it was the risk was very high here.
Unfortunately, that's it. And I do believe that even if this case is never mentioned again, I have a feeling it's going to be the driving force for most of her stuff from now on in the season. This is going to be her motivation, her driving force.
Yes.
But, so,
please, can we get some more of her lead detective?
Do it.
Please give us some.
Yes. So, I give this episode 4.5.
Yeah, I like this. And just the lack of no justice makes it sad. But other than that, it was good.
Yeah, that's why I gave it 4.5. The half point is lost because there's no justice. And I don't like when there's no justice.
The episode title? Hold on, let me check something.
Oh, yeah.
I think they changed the episode title for the next one. But
well, at least the fiance's gone. But yeah, 4.5
because tomorrow's episode, because literally it's tomorrow. It's still called The Perfect. Okay, it's called The Perfect Man. The Perfect Man.
Crossover.
This is when it is. Well, I guess it's kind of a crossover. We'll get to see Mariska 2 times tomorrow.
Hooray!
Hooray! But it says, when the founder of an AI-infused dating app is murdered, Sean and Riley delve into what the love obsessed who could have wanted the love obsessed man that Captain Bed surprise Price in the room becomes a witness for the defense.
Legit.
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, something.
Because
Hold on, let
literally
me
the
watch the
promo
trailer one more
is
time just to make sure. I gotta watch the trailer because I feel like the promo. Hold on, I gotta watch it real quick one more time. Because Olivia says that this guy was a stalker.
Olivia's like,
And Price said you don't get to shoot somebody just because you're a victim. And she's, let's see what the jury says.
yeah, Olivia's like, you're prosecuting my victim.
Yeah. So, but
There's multiple
the
one, anytime Mariska and Hugh get to go at each other is awesome. But also I want them to make up because all the times they've been together, they fought on stuff.
they've been
I
beefing
don't
every
like it.
time. Beefing
Literally
every time.
beefing every time they've
But
been together.
we just
And really, if they
but we
do
just
it,
don't get anything.
if they were together, it would be so much more effective. Like
But you know,
literally,
they're always
them
against each
enough.
other. The
And then the
homicide
Sam
cases and SVU cases often don't seem to be on the same page.
Sam's kind of in the middle. Like,
Yeah, they're like, ugh. So we'll
I
see what happens.
agree, like with your points, because she's a woman and Olivia's a woman, and she gets it. But also,
But it's like, this is a homicide case here.
since
This is my job.
colleague, yeah, I kind of have to go with the law right now.
Yeah.
This is also the
But
episode
we
where
just
we
don't
get
get
a
any.
little.
Yeah, I was trying to say we just don't get any defense attorney on this one. We
They
just don't
didn't
get any.
show it, but we know that
But we
this
were
is
told
one
this already.
for a Rita Calhoun.
Yeah, Rita Calhoun.
Yeah,
You're seeing her since season 21. You're seeing her since I think it's called Swimming with the Sharks, season 21.
Yes.
Season with Swimming with the Shark.
We are one step closer to getting Barbara back.
Please, we're kind of begging here. You know, I don't know what they want us to do. I'm literally. I don't know what else to tell you, NBC.
This
Please.
earlier, but there was an article that the show put out that's basically like they were trying to think of like what defense attorney to give this case, and then the creators were like, "No, this is absolutely up your alley. Let's just bring Elizabeth back and give it to Rita." To which we say thank you.
Mm-hmm. So we're very excited to see her in a Calhoun tomorrow.
Yeah. And that
It'll
would
be
explain fun. That also would explain why Olivia would be testifying for the defense. Because she wouldn't just testify for any. She wouldn't testify for any defense attorney.
No.
Also, it could make sense of why Olivia called Rita. But please, Rita, I'm begging you. Be like, oh, you called me? Like, you could have called Barbara? Say it.
They'll have some kind of conversation about that, please. We gotta talk about
that.
Like, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about
4.5.
So
Tomorrow's episode should be fun. Now let's get to
SVU. Yeah. I like this one. I like Fractured.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. For a good starter, it's pretty solid. Yeah. I'm wearing an SVU shirt under here, but I like to be cozy because I don't turn the air conditioner off. So
hey, your thing says not done. I'm holding mine up because it's literally like I need my Olivia shirt.
I have this other Olivia shirt that's the kind of washed out. Well, it's not really washed out, but it says it's this Law and Order shirt because I was gonna wear this later and tomorrow.
Yes, this is like my washing shirt. I have another one, but I'll show it after we get through it. Okay.
Fractured. This is for overall. It's a very good like opener. It wasn't like sometimes they get the openers and they'd be like real over the top. You know, like that was a lot. This one it wasn't. It had some moments, but it's just a open and shut, smooth opener. You know, strong start.
It literally starts with Olivia outside in her car in the pouring rain, And we're like, what?
Yeah.
And then we see
What's
the
she
new
doing?
detective, Kate Silva, literally running out into the rain to Olivia's car. So,
She doesn't have her own car. Well, she says she doesn't have her own car yet. So yeah, she doesn't
uh,
have her own car. That's why Olivia picked her up.
and she mentions her dad. We know her dad's like a
She's been
deputy chief something or other.
yeah, she's been there for 3 weeks.
So, because they said that it was gonna like start, it wasn't gonna show like her first day. She was already gonna be there for a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, and then we get
They they got the
squad
gun
gun
range.
range strip.
Yeah, at the shooting range.
That's
They're
so fun.
at the
They're all literally taking turns
shooting range.
shooting guns. And Kate's like, "Have you guys ever done this together? All of you done this together before?" And Velasco goes, "All of us? Never."
No, they don't go all together.
They
But
all
they
turn
did.
together. It's like surprise. This is the
Yeah,
first time.
surprise.
And then it shows Bruno trying Finn's gun, which is fun. He's like, "Man, this one is really good." And he goes, "I know, she's really good. Call her Teresa." And Bruno goes,
Like, that's Trix. That's your
"Does
ex-wife's name.
your wife know you named your gun after your
And it
ex-wife?"
says it's just
Also,
really silly.
this
It's
is
like
the
what?
first time we've heard
Actually,
anybody
actually,
say,
he didn't say wife. He said Phoebe. I watched it again, but if I change her
I
note, he didn't
swear
say wife. He still
they
said
changed
Phoebe.
it because the first time I heard wife.
I
Am I
watched it again. At least the first half, it said he very clearly said Phoebe.
Alright, fine. They just
Maybe
don't
he's
want
maybe it's in this maybe it's both in the same sentence, and I wasn't paying attention, but he does say
yeah,
Phoebe.
it's like, does your wife Phoebe know you named your gun
That'd be
after
your
your
wife, Phoebe.
ex-wife? And
Yo,
he's like,
it's like
well, we know everybody has a pretty decent shot, and
you're good.
they're all getting along and cool.
All standard, this kind of
Yeah. And then we transition to 4 law students studying in Brooklyn.
yeah. They're one of them's going on. One of the guys is going on a date. They're like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going on a date," and they're like, "Okay, cool."
And so there's 3 of them left, and the 3 of them are talking, and the girl's just like, I wanted to, like, I don't know, when am I gonna find love, etc., etc. And then it somehow leads to them doing things together.
Yeah, all of them together.
All 3 of them.
There's a line talking about a random like line back and forth. They have Kate talks about she was from Brooklyn Homicide. It kind of sticks it and they go back and forth a bit with like the two.
And the last
scenes.
was like, yeah, that like this is different than Brooklyn Homicide. Fair enough.
Yeah, these students have had a lot of wine. They've had like 4 bottles of wine. There's like bottles on the table. They've had a lot.
And it literally transitions to them doing stuff, the 3 of them.
Yeah. And the other roommate comes back. And you see them like the door, the latch is locked, but the
So
door
he can't get
he
in.
can't get in. He can peek through the door. And you're like, he's like,
So you see the last roommate looking, seeing what happened. Then it transitions to much later in the night, and there's like a knock on the door, and the guy like gets the door. There's nobody there, so he turns around, and then all of a sudden, bonk on the head with something.
yeah, we don't know. They don't tell you what it is yet, but it's just something.
And then we have the guy going into the girl's room, the one who wanted the love and everything, and she screams. And then we transition to the morning, and unfortunately, she's dead. The guy's out
He's
cold.
unconscious. Oh yeah, he's unconscious. The other girl is.
The other
I
girl
don't know if she's.
was unfortunately sexually assaulted, and we find out that the roommate came home to all of that.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just traumatized because
Yeah.
yeah.
Then they do
So
the intro.
the girl was dead. Who's dead is unfortunately her name is Shelly, and then the other girl was the blonde girl. Her name is Elodie, which is a pretty name, and she's sexually assaulted. Then we get the intro. You think that they changed M's pick?
They
and I
did.
feel-
They did. And they did prove that. I did watch it again. They did change it. They updated it to the
Yay!
pictures they used for the season 26 like stuff. They used that picture instead.
Let me see it. If I can, and then they did the premiere,
Somebody
and
probably
then
saved it. They had
um,
Bruno.
Bruno
Took
and
the end
Bruno, Kevin
season.
Kane. Bruno's in the
We're like
intro.
Kevin
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
yeah.
And Juliana
We've been writing a
literally
lot of
already in the premiere,
yeah.
in the intro.
Yeah.
Good for her.
They must be planning on keeping her a while, I guess, because considering they did it so soon.
We hope.
But we hope. But we've been writing a lot of Bruno recently, so like we're
It's
like
so
Bruno.
fun.
That
We're like,
fic, I think that's a new fic we're working on. And I think we've written so much of that fic, we probably could put some of it out soonish, but we won't. No promises yet on when that fic comes out. We started another one.
I'm trying to find. I thought I saved a picture of the intro, and I can't find it because they looked good.
I was like, I saw it. Saw it somewhere. I thought like we're gonna have to put the pictures in the doc when we see them because we always be doing this. I can't find that picture.
Found it.
Yeah.
So there's all of them, and then Juliana in the corner.
I was like, she's very little. They should have moved her.
Little,
She's very tiny off in the corner.
But it's just so weird. Like, don't get me wrong. These guys are good guys, but it's like, why is there only 2 women?
Well, we have Curry too, but
Curry, but
maybe Emma doesn't. She's not a full-time character.
Not in the picture. They're getting around. These guys are all good, and if I had any SVU detective like this in real life, then I'd probably be fine. But so there's that. But it literally somebody just put a picture of all the ones that have changed recently. Man, they've gone through a crap ton of different intros recently.
Yes,
and then it transitions to Velasco and Silva are like drinking coffee or something, and I forget who says it, but one of them says lightweight. It's only 5 a.m.
They're like, "You want some?" And that person's like, "No." You know,
No,
it's only 5 a.m.
It's
only 5 a.m. I'll be like, I have not seen 5 a.m. in months. Like, we are not early birds. The last time I saw 5 a.m. is when I was returning from leaving the country.
Yeah,
I have not seen that 5 a.m. in school.
We find out that unfortunately Elodie was sexually assaulted, and poor girl's traumatized. The attacker chased her with a hammer.
Yeah, or like she tried to get away, but then she couldn't.
Tried to get away. He knocked her down and ripped her underwear off, and you know the rest. And she was so sad because her friend got hurt, and she's like, the saddest thing was I think I was her best friend. Like, that was all she had. She
didn't even have many friends besides people she lived with, so that was like
the last roommate was nice enough to cover Elodie in a blanket, because when he found Elodie, she was unfortunately undressed.
Because they're kind of worried about like why he didn't like call the police right away, because he calls his dad and then he calls the police. I don't know if that was at this part.
His dad, and his dad tells him calls campus security.
Call campus security instead of calling the police immediately.
Don't we know that campus security doesn't go so well, y'all?
No, apparently not, because there's several episodes where there's a whole like episode about that where it's like
literally campus security doesn't care.
No, that's nothing.
We then find out that there is a hidden camera in the smoke detector in Shelly's room. And through that, they kind of like they find the recording of the threesome.
Yeah, and the video.
And they literally had to watch it though, and Olivia's like, "What is this?" And Velasco's like, "Yeah, it's pretty graphic." It just it's funny to me. They literally have to watch this.
Yeah, it's like.
And then we get
Um,
Carisi to here, and he's like, "Yeah, did they get the murder filmed on camera? Because that would make my life a whole lot easier."
yeah, at the moment they say yes, but apparently the answer is not yes. It is no.
Yeah. And then we find out that Carisi's boss is an alumni and a donor, so she wants this done and done right. Um, Carisi goes on to say, "Look, she knows that you and I go way back, meaning, him and Olivia go way back."
Mhm.
And he says, "I told her you hadn't let me down yet." And Olivia goes, "Oh, no pressure."
Mhm.
We don't like Carisi's boss, and apparently
No.
Carisi doesn't either.
No, she's a we had to think about what we wanted to do with her when we wrote this new story, which we're not gonna get too much away about because we were like,
And I was just like, nah, we're gonna do this instead.
no. Yeah. So hopefully we'll release that story soon. Sorry. Now this is a good one. We've been writing this one for like 3 days straight. So it's a good
Yeah.
one. Okay.
We're gonna keep doing it after we're done here. So then we find out that unfortunately someone did turn the camera off right before,
Immediately right before.
literally. So obviously, that person had to know it was there. Then Carisi says something about the threesome, and I literally just wrote, "I never thought I'd hear him say the word threesome."
It's like
That
this
it.
like bit like this like early part of the episode is really funny because it's like the older people and then like the younger people and like their reactions to this are very different. It's kind of
Yeah,
funny because they're
like
like
Silva and Velasco are just like,
are like
eh. Bruno's like, and then Carisi, Finn, and Olivia are like,
are
what?
like yeah.
And he said the word so nonchalantly. It's like,
I
okay.
know.
And
They're
Olivia
like
goes, college is different these days.
you know.
And then I put at one point, oh, I think Olivia's wearing lip gloss because
Yeah,
her
she does
lips
have
are.
something like and I was like, you go girl.
Hey, keep doing that. We then find out that the other male roommate is Damon is in a medically induced coma from getting attacked.
I never talk about this isn't a spoiler, but they never talk about what happened to him after that either. So we're like, well, what
No, we
happened?
don't know.
Anyway, sorry. This is
Then we
not to
find
burst
out,
your bubbles if you've already you
yeah,
guys
sorry,
didn't know
we
that.
don't
They
know
still
half
don't
of
tell
it.
you.
Then we find out there's like a love-hate relationship between um the
Shelly.
girl Shelly and the last male roommate Teddy. Um Teddy might have had a crush on Shelly, and he came home because his date stood him up, and that's why he saw the three of them having a
Yeah.
threesome, to which he said, "Without me." And Bruno or
So that's
Finn are
crazy.
like, so he felt left out,
And they kind of accusing him at first, but
and he's like, "No, it wasn't me." And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I was playing chess." And they're like, "Okay, who plays chess
it,
in a park at
it
2 a.m.?"
must be dedicated. Like you were dedicated if you're playing at 2 a.m. Like 2 a.m. is crazy. There's not that many things I do at 2 a.m. So
And then Creasy goes, "Evidently someone left out of a threesome." We do find out that yes, he actually did play chess
was playing
with
chess
someone
at
at 2
3
a.m.
a.m. They were
Um,
dedicated.
the guy
They
was
make this.
really, guy is like knows him. The guy was really chill about it. They showed him a picture. He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, that was we were
not a
playing chess.
baby." I'm like, okay,
He had to stay. He wanted to make his money back. My wife was mad at me being out 2 a.m. But he wanted his money back, so we kept
yep.
playing.
So yes, it actually
It's like,
happened. He
oh,
did it. Um,
he wanted his $100 back. So then they go to arrest this. They find another suspect.
so they go to arrest him, and all the
So
college
they find
students
the IP address of the person who has the footage is what they do. So
of
they
the
know where this person is.
recordings and the camera. So they go to bring him in. The college students go crazy because apparently college students and cops aren't getting along very well lately.
At this moment, apparently.
It literally gets to the point where like there's pushing, shoving. There's a kid that literally jumps onto the cop car and starts dancing. And
It's
Bruno
just
are
wild.
Bruno
People are reporting
and Finn
it.
are literally like,
Um, Bruno-
we need backup. Like Bruno's pissed.
yeah, because they don't want to
Like
do anything and then
they
get a
weren't even
lawsuit.
trying to like arrest the kid yet. They were trying to just bring him
They
in
were
to talk.
they were just talking to him. They wouldn't even do anything, because they
Um,
were like, you can't. Yeah, it was kind of wild here.
and they go on to say that Olivia talks to him and he's like, "What the hell happened?" And they explain it went crazy, and then they arrested 10 students.
Yeah, and the
Um, the
civil
student
union.
civil liberties unit is filing a lawsuit. To it, Bruno
Yep.
says, "Get in line." They're not the only ones trying to file a lawsuit against the NYPD.
Well, he won, so Bruno won and became a
Yeah,
billionaire.
they
So
did.
he
It's
won.
possible for literally one of their own to win a.
He won and got to
We
be
then
extra
find out the
rich.
kid's name, the new kid's name. His name is Sam Ellis, and we find out that he watched the threesome
A lot.
multiple times.
Where are you watching? Oh, weird.
Why, man?
Teach their own. King shame, but teach
And
their own.
that he sat together in class with Shelley. And
Yeah.
Sam claims that Shelley asked him to put the cameras in, which is why he knows that they're there. She did not. And they literally get more footage because, like, they're trying to see if they get any footage of where the murder weapon is. Because we know it's a hammer and they don't know where it is. They get footage of Sam leaving the building with a hammer, a bloody hammer wrapped in a little blanket thing.
Like
And
a dish towel.
this is when we get Curry, and she says, "Well, you can't just walk around in the streets with a hammer."
It's like a hammer.
We then get into a little backstory of why Silva wanted to be a cop. And we find out she wanted to be a cop because of 9/11 and watching her dad
And a bunch of other people like go in and save people, and that inspired her.
People inspired her to want to do it, which is cool. And so then Velasco and her are like looking for
the hammer because they look in trash cans. They're looking in places.
And then they're looking in the trash cans, and all of a sudden Kate finds it, and it's in this like homeless guy's like cart of things.
Yeah.
And
like, can we have that?
He's like, "No, I'm gonna use it to build a house." I'm trying to build a house. It's like, oh man. And see Velasco getting a bit like slightly irritated. I get it, but Silva's like, "Look,
we'll get you another one. Okay,
get you a new hammer. We need this one."
Before he hands it over,
and they took it. Now they have this, and it transitions to the beginning of the trial where students are protesting for literally whatever reason.
Yeah, it's like, this guy actually is guilty.
Yeah,
he really did.
Look, nothing like bold-faced lies in a house of justice. Basically, the place is a sieve, and lies go everywhere.
Literally, yep.
We get Elodie testifying about what happened to her. It was sad. We made a note that Olivia looked good in the blue blazer.
Yep. And they found out Shelley was going to this like women's empowerment group
because after Elodie testified, she's like, "I did horrible," and Elodie's like, "No, you did exactly what you were supposed to." And she's like, "I wish I never suggested this. Maybe Shelley would still be alive." And then she mentions how Shelley had been trying to get her to go to one of her women empowerment sessions. And Olivia's like, what? So would they go, and it's literally like Rise and Redemption or something along those lines. It's a cool name. Women's empowerment group. Yes. They go to talk to like the
person who looks over the organization. She's like, they all did a private testimony.
Shelley, she knows she feels bad what happened. but they let her have access to a private testimony she gave quite literally the day before she was killed. And of how she basically learned of that she needs to start practicing saying no to people. And she says, and the first person I'm going to practice saying no to is Sam Ellis.
And it's like, boom.
Now we know why. So Olivia and Carisi are watching the clip, and Olivia's like, can we get this in? And Carisi's like, I'm going to sure hell try to. And Olivia goes, you're the best pugilist I know, which is another word for like fighter. Which is true. So it gets in, they play it for the jury, and Carisi is questioning Sam. And at one point he goes, like, talking about what happened, and Sam goes to tell the story again of he asked Shelley to go out with him that morning, and she said no. And Carisi goes, oh, so you were friend zoned.
You were friend zoned. You're like, oh.
The judge is like, the defense is like, objection. He's like, sorry. But it was funny.
It was pretty funny. Let me rephrase real quick. It's like, oh.
But yeah. He was friend zoned. They go on to say that Sam watched the recording of the threesome 6 times.
Yeah, that's weird. Why you watch?
And Carisi goes and says, you watched her say yes to 2 other people on the same day she said no to you. And it's like,
ooh.
And at one point the kid goes, you're not my father. And Carisi goes, no, I'm not.
He's like, you're not my father, you're not my teacher, or something like, you're not God. And he's like, no, I am not.
I'm not, but literally Carisi got so pissed, and it was awesome because he's like,
guys like you look like you think like you're owed. It's like typical good guys, you think you're owed something. It's like,
yeah, basically this kid was basically self-proclaimed.
I've been doing everything right. I've been doing everything right. She told me no.
And he thought he was owed a yes. And well, we find out that he installed the camera to like literally stalk her pretty much. And then he basically, like, after Carisi's tearing into him, he basically goes, I'm sorry, and confesses, and okay, it's done. You did it. We know
did it. You did it.
And it's just crazy because, when the first episode first starts, you look at this kid and it's like, there's no way in heck he can murder anybody. He's like tall, he's lanky, he's nerdy. No. Also, they don't fully explain why if he was in love with Shelley, why he went after Elodie. But I think it was kind of like revenge of like, you were with the girl I like, so now I'm gonna make you feel pain like I do.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't look like typical guy who would, assault somebody. But it proves that any guy can do it.
Anybody can.
Anybody can. So yes. The guy is found guilty.
They walk out and they
Ellie is talking with Carisi and Olivia, and she sees some of the women from the empowerment group. And Olivia goes, looks like Shelley had more friends than she realized. And she's like, yeah. And Olivia's like, okay, what are you guys gonna do? She's like, I'm gonna go home.
She'll take a break for a while and then come back.
With my parents after, rightfully so. And then she's like, then the 3 of us, we're gonna come back and work on becoming kick-ass lawyers. And then she looks at Carisi and goes, like you. Yeah. I love that.
Inspired somebody.
And he's like, and he smiles slightly. He's like,
Yeah,
Yes, Tracy, you are inspiring to people. You go, sir.
and
You
you're
go.
inspiring.
And
Yep.
Olivia and him are talking. Goes, man. Olivia goes, there's no good feeling like a guilty verdict. And Tracy says, yeah, it's hard for 12 strangers to agree on anything unanimously
Unanimously.
in America. And Olivia goes, well, today
Well, today
they
they
did.
did. Yep, they did.
I give
See,
this
this one,
one, I don't know, I give this one 4. It was
yeah,
good, but I kind of like the mothership a little, like the teeniest bit
yeah,
better.
this one it was very open and shut. It did what it was going to do. Oh, we opened the case, we closed the case.
The episode for tomorrow is gonna be a whole
Ooh,
lot,
it's ready. It's
a
called
whole
excavation.
lot. And it basically is this woman is literally going through
It
old
says
pictures and figuring
devastating.
out.
I'll read it. It says devastating repressed memories come back to a woman when she finds an old notebook in her family home. Bringing charges against a decade-old crime proves even more difficult for Carisi when a powerful judge stalls the case. Hold on, I gotta watch it real
Here's
quick to make
here's
sure.
the thing. Yeah, the girl's finding the old notebook. It comes back to her. That her stepfather like
Is the
molest-
judge?
the stepfather molested her. And to make matters worse, he is the judge.
Yeah. So he's like, no, you're not gonna do
No,
that. And you're
no,
like,
you're not gonna do this. Hold up. How are you the judge of this case if you're the freaking defendant?
I don't know,
That
but I
makes
guess we'll find out.
no
I
sense.
guess we'll find out. I guess.
And there's literally a scene of 5 guys at the end in Carisi's office being like, you're gonna regret this if you do it. And
Oh, look.
Carisi's like, I don't know. Carisi's gonna do it. But
He's
literally,
gonna do it.
he's going to do it. He's going to fight
Yeah.
for this person, but literally it's like, oh yeah, we have to deal with a corrupt judge. Wait, he's
Literally.
the one who did it? What the heck?
I know. They're like,
So that
oh.
one's gonna be good. Also, if anyone threatens Carisi, you're on my list. So now these guys are on my list, and you leave him alone.
It's on the list. The list.
The last time a
Oh.
federal judge tried threatening him, it didn't go so well.
No.
He got 1 year in
Oh.
prison.
Yeah. So don't do it.
So don't do it. I mean, hopefully, like something comes from this, and there is justice. But I have a feeling it's gonna be messy
It's gonna be messy, all right. It's never easy. These high power cases never easy.
and angsty, and we're all gonna be like, ah.
I love a little angst. That's why red switch.
Yes. So I'm very excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. I
Yeah.
mean, we also watched Found. If you didn't watch that, you should go watch it because it's good.
Go watch Found. We may pick up. We're thinking about doing like putting that in a YouTube exclusive, maybe. Let us know
Yeah.
if y'all want that.
Let us
It
know
would
if you
be
want it.
a special. It would be a
Let us
YouTube
know,
exclusive. It wouldn't be a podcast. It would just be on our YouTube channel.
unless you
But
want us to put it in this podcast.
I feel like this is our Law and Order podcast. We'll figure it out, but we'll see. It may be a YouTube exclusive.
Okay. There's that.
Let us know if you want it. This sounds good. They popped off that first episode. It
Yes,
left
you
you on a
did.
cliffhanger. Better go watch.
And now we got more to come tomorrow.
There's a quick article. There's a quick thing people this is a quick article. It's not anything that important from Screen Rant. It's not a trustworthy source, but something that people they picked up on was that like this is we're very anti EO. You already know this, but like
If you
it's been
don't,
quite
where have you been?
where have you been on this show? But like that it's been pretty clear that like they've been pushing away from that path and that like people EO in the game is probably very
Well,
incorrect.
the problem is there was a clip in the promo of Olivia.
We've talked about this. Well, I
Where
don't know if you were present when we talked about it. But it might be an old clip they changed the audio to because sometimes they do that. Well, they don't. They do that sometimes. Like I've seen this before.
She does not have the.
The compass.
She doesn't have the
I don't.
compass. She literally
I
gave it
don't think it
away.
is. I don't think it is. Either that's an old clip or that's a different necklace because the compass is actually bigger than that. When I like look
Literally a
compared, the
different
compass
necklace.
is literally bigger than that. The compass is huge, so it's probably not the compass. If it's a different necklace, it probably is, or an old clip they used. So don't get your hopes up, okay? Don't get your hopes up. Let's see. Don't get
Go do something else. Touch
you
grass.
literally
Oh.
do something else with literally.
Again, we don't know when organized crime is back. We do know that Danielle and Rick and Ainsley are still posting pictures of themselves with each
They hang
other.
out. They're always hanging out.
Today. And it's
They
literally just
literally hanging. They
they're
literally hang
literally
out.
they're literally just painting and doing whatever the heck they want. So good for them.
Yeah.
We
Have a
love
good time.
we love them. And we can't wait for the show to come back too, but let them all chill as well.
Yeah. There's no date. With
We
because with
literally
streaming shows, they film it all at one time. So and them getting some time to take a break is good because they typically film them all in like a month or two and be like, all right, we did them all. And you're like, a couple months to be like, and then they have to edit all that, and they put it all out at one time.
Yeah, that's literally it.
So
We don't know when it's coming back. We just have their fun photos.
Yeah, that's it. There's a few behind the scene photos, but there's nothing like storytelling wise. It's just pictures, like random pictures. There's nothing like
and this one.
Yeah.
Look at the queen.
Yeah.
Little so we know that she's gonna be on one episode of Organized Crime. Don't know when.
Whenever the second episode is, whenever it comes out. I'm estimating January, but I could be wrong. This is just a rough estimate based on I watched Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds had the same amount of episodes, and when they filmed in the summer, they came out in January.
The
so that's why I was like, I love that photo.
It's them and Danielle put my peoples.
Yeah, it's literally always them, the three of them together.
It is. And I forget it's funny that the two of them have glasses. I forget that.
Good old glasses.
Glasses are glasses.
And
they make glasses look cool.
I know. I was like, nobody can see it.
We know Danielle is literally just chilling. Rick literally had a show last night where
he's been doing a couple DJ shows,
And we don't know what I don't know. Danielle's being a mom. Yeah. We don't know what Ainsley's doing. But apparently we know they're still doing stuff because
they love to support each other.
They do love to support each other, and basically as funny or cringy as this might sound, the pictures are kind of proof of life.
Yeah, I'm like, oh good.
After that, they disappear for literally forever until the next picture.
Like, y'all good.
It's like, yep, hi, I'm here. Okay, bye.
Literally. So that was fun.
Soon we'll get this back too.
Soon. I don't know. We literally don't know when soon is. Soon could be months from now.
Probably next year. I don't know when we're getting.
Probably at the earliest next year. Early next year. Just.
I don't want to wait till January.
Probably January.
Don't want to wait. Don't want to wait. I need it now.
Probably. I don't know. I lost track of what episode they were filming too, because at some point somebody said it and I lost track, so I don't know.
I don't know. I lost track. I'm just like, oh yay, they're filming still. Hooray!
They're still filming. That's all we know. That's all we know. That's all we got.
Yeah, and no, we don't know what Chris is doing. He literally doesn't.
He's filming. He has been filming. He's been spotted on set a few times, so
Boo.
Well, we know one time there's some blood because they had the people who work with the special effects with the blood come, and it was really funny picture of the blood.
Of course.
The special effects with the blood.
Yeah, we know he's not. We don't know. We know he's not. He wasn't doing whatever they were doing yesterday.
He never seemed to hang out with them, but that's okay. They had a good time.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see if there's anything else I need to say.
Ironically, her negotiation to surrender Benson Ron while we were recording.
Oh
It's on the
God,
TV in the back. And the TV in
no!
the back.
I
I
can't
said,
watch.
well,
I can't watch those episodes. I have to like mentally prepare myself to go watch those
they did
episodes.
to be like,
There are
they
certain
didn't get
episodes
it.
that I
They didn't
wish.
get an Emmy for. They didn't get an award for that. Is crazy. You
Yeah,
know, they should have got an award. Pablo
they
Mujica should
should.
have got an award for that one because, like,
Holy shit! Because
that
the
was
guy
great.
in real life is really nice,
I know
actually.
Pablo's so sweet. He used to play
And
this
then
crazy.
he does
He's
that and literally
he's
terrifies
so
everybody.
You watch, it's really funny if you watch like Candy because he's like the nice husband. It's really funny. It's because I like an SVU kind of reunion because it has rules in it and he's in
Yeah,
it. Someone else
and
might be
they're
from
just
SVU in it,
like,
but like
yeah.
he's the nice husband. He's the nice sweet husband to one of
And
the.
it's like,
I think the woman Candy kills. And it's like
it's
so
weird to see because it's like we're so used to him, like we know him as person.
yeah.
In reality, he's not. I was gonna say the other episodes that I need to mentally prepare myself to watch, and then there are a
Sometimes
few episodes that I watch and refuse to watch again
I only
because
have
they
one that I'll say I only there's only one I'll say I'll never watch again. But I can pretty much watch all of them.
it's in 19.3.
Yeah, the redacted is the only one I'll like never watch again.
Yeah,
But the rest of them, I can be like, all right, I can watch them. I can put that on. Redacted forever.
Forever. Except, we quote the freaking end speech all the damn time.
Yeah.
For
Literally.
me, that is definitely one of them. I refuse to watch American Tragedy.
I'm okay with that one.
Barbara's closing argument literally gets to me. He literally starts crying, and then the verdict sucks.
That's true.
Porn Stars Requiem.
That one's a messed up
Again,
one too.
Barbara,
Messed up.
kick-ass,
He gives a
stupid
killer closing argument, and the judge is like, "No,
ass,
actually, I'm gonna
stupid
overturn
ass
your."
judge. Yeah, I think those are and Redacted. Those are the three that I won't watch again. Oh, and I don't know. I didn't really watch the Wheatley Trail more than once.
I watched it maybe a couple times for like research purposes. I like pulled stuff out of it when we were
Yeah,
stuff,
probably it.
I didn't like really. That one takes some time to be like. I have to be prepared to go watch that.
Literally, because you have to be prepared and be like, Barbara, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, we've talked about it.
We know why, but it's like, what?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Don't die.
I'm not gonna die. I got a little too excited.
Yeah, we get excited about Barbara.
That one I can watch. I can watch the. I can watch
the
Final
best
Call
part
for
of that
Bar.
episode
Final
is
Call
when
for Lenny's Bar. I can watch a little bit better than I can watch the first movie. But both of them, I'm like,
we
the
know that the best part of that episode is when Barbara cross-examines Stabler and he gets held, and Stabler gets held in contempt because
it was like Torma. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Karen. Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's fun. It's like we had just started the podcast when that episode. Like we maybe been like a month or two in. So like, but like now it's like we watched. I remember when we did the episode of if I recall, for Lenny's Bar. We went on and on about. I know what it feels like to love a person unconditionally. When you're ready to stop betraying me, I'll be here.
I cried.
I did, and we were hollering that day. I said,
He said it. He said it. We're not crazy.
He said it. He said it. You can't be in denial about it. You have to
He said it. I mean,
exactly.
we don't know what kind of, condition that love is, but he fucking said it. So
exactly, it's like you have to be in denial to not say there was some feelings about that one. But that's a rant for another day. I think that's all the ramble.
I did forget there's a few other things. Mariska did a photo shoot recently, and a lot of the pictures were inspired by photos from Mothership.
Yeah, they're so good. If you haven't go, I want to see that from the magazine. I might buy it.
He's also on the Today Show the other day, and Late Night with Seth Meyers, and they had her act drunk, and it was funny.
Yeah, she's funny.
And someone put
Olivia
in,
doesn't get to be drunk.
yeah,
Olivia as a character does not get to be drunk.
someone put in a caption on the thing, it's like, this is why Olivia Benson can't get messy. I was like,
No.
it's funny. So yeah, Mariska's doing your thing. Oh,
Promoting the show. It's perfect.
I'll make this really quick. So the both like Mothership and SVU had a pop-up thing in Boston this weekend, called Law and Order Station. Um, I went. It was cool. I'll make it quick. I got a bag that says "Dun Dun." They made
This was
little.
I don't know if they sell the square shirt anymore, but this was like I bought this a couple years ago.
They made a little Law and Order ledger, and I got a free sweatshirt that I'll be wearing. Oh my god! And I got it to match my little neck bracelet that I have, and I can't get it out of the damn thing.
I wish they had resold those bracelets and put those back out because I wanted to buy the other two.
Yes.
Because y'all don't understand. When those bracelets came out, we were fighting to get them.
We literally rushed, and this one says WWOBD, like my bracelet, which means what will Olivia Benson do? So yeah,
we were fighting about these bracelets. Y'all don't understand. We were fighting.
It was
luckily I was not in class.
Yeah.
I was not in class, so I was able to buy them.
I was. So you bought them for me, so like
yeah, I was refreshing the page because it was like sold out. And it's like it's not sold out. And I was like, ah. Yeah, it was chaotic.
There's some like pins and stuff too. It's cool. We got coffee and donuts because it's a cop thing, but it was basically like just this fun, like interactive little photo thing, and I did not get to meet them because they left by the time I got there. But Makad and Reed were there both days, which is pretty cool. Yeah, no, I did not get to, they were gone by the time we got there, but it was really cool that they were there and like you know, celebrating the stuff with the fans. And they were like, okay, this is actually pretty darn cool. So yeah, there's like pictures of them online. It was fun. I would love if they did another one.
Pop-ups.
I literally
don't come to the South, unfortunately. Unless you go to Atlanta.
They should really travel. They should do it across the country. They should travel.
If they go to Atlanta, I will be there because that's only like 2.5 hours away from me. I can handle
it was more Mothership Law and Order focused, but I literally saw one OC promo and I was like, yay! It was for season 4, but like, you know, it's still there.
When they decide. But yeah.
And they had like pictures of everybody, like pictures of Kelly or pictures of Nick. I don't know if there was any. I looked everywhere. Could not find a picture of Barba. Hopefully there was one and I just didn't see it, but trust me, I looked. Anyway, I give it 5 stars. It was lots of fun, and they should do it in all over the place.
That would be fair. Because people don't come to the South.
So they should.
They should. I think that's all we got. Because I gotta put this up like right now. So we're gonna stop talking. And we will be back. Y'all see us next Wednesday. Well, Friday you'll have a video. I don't know which video it'll be. I'm gonna have to do some editing, and y'all will get a video to watch. That's fun. We look at Reddit. There's one already out, but we're gonna watch another Reddit video coming out on Friday. I don't know which one yet. There's 2 that we made. I'm on the asshole. There's some interesting stories we looked at. And then we did, are the straights okay? And the answer is no. But it was really funny to watch. The fall air is just, it's not given.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. Thanks for listening. We'll be back.
Thanks for listening. Be back next week. Or goodbye.
Bye bye.
Stop recording.